Hello and welcome to Blueprints Behind Business. I'm your host, Brad Douglas, and today we're joined by Libby DeLucien with WootRecruit. Hi, Libby. How are you?
Hi, good. I'm great.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Take a few minutes here and just tell us a little bit about yourself and WootRecruit and any other businesses you might have.
Okay, awesome. So yes, I own WootRecruit, which is a SaaS company. I also own another SaaS company that it uses machine engine learning for quoting for quoting or estimating tool.
Okay.
And then I own a service business that's based here in Florida. Well, I'm in Florida. And we're opening up a few other locations, have one in Texas and one in Oklahoma, but that's a home service business.
Fantastic. So we'll start here with a few questions. One really just to kick us off is what inspired you to start your own business, and what was that maybe initial spark that led you to take your entrepreneurial leap?
Yeah. So I come from a family business. I grew up in a family business where it was my aunt and uncle who owned the family business. My parents worked there. It taught me a lot of lessons. It taught me, what not to do and what to do. But I've really never been a W-2 employee. So I've always been an entrepreneur. My recent segment of businesses, which is the home service company, and then the two SaaSes actually spun out of that home service company, was actually out of desperation. Home service company, it's a residential cleaning and professional organizing, super low startup, was going through a horrible divorce and needed to be able to control my time. And so the ability to control my time so I could still be a parent, because I do have 3 kids, was really the reason for this last segment of businesses that I have right now, was that time freedom.
Got it. Perfect. So if you think about, being there originally from your family and into your own businesses, are there any kind of misconceptions about running a business? And if so, how do you address them?
So many. So many. It's misconceptions, say, like with your friends or even other family members that weren't a part of like that family business. Is There's so many. One, that we're all rich, right? Just because my business does a couple $1,000,000 doesn't mean I have a couple $1,000,000 in the bank. Um, and the other one is that, we do it for time freedom, but people don't realize the amount of work it takes to start a business, and run it for the first 5 years. Like how much risk you have to have, and how you have to be okay with that level of risk. And then the daily stress, like people don't realize, even when we have employee issues or staffing problems or customer problems, that, it does affect us at the end of the day. We care about every single customer, employee, and just the amount of risk and stress that's involved in running a business is really, I don't think it's understood well, if you're not an entrepreneur running a business.
Really great points there. It does take a lot of time to get things off the ground, and a lot of sweat and tears and everything else involved in it. But in the end, there can be a great reward, for sure. But great points there. Can you share a valuable lesson or piece of advice that you wished you would have known when you started your journey?
Oh, there's a lot. I don't think I would necessarily change too much going back, but advice, like what I wish I would have known is, to invest in yourself.
Mm.
Pay for the answer. Don't think that, oh, I'm just going to try to figure it out myself. Because hiring like coaches or consultants is an amazing way to skip those mistakes.
Mm.
You can accelerate your growth by hiring a coach or a consultant or signing up for a program. I wish I would have been more open to that when I was younger, but maybe I wasn't mature enough yet. But, as an adult now and owning multiple businesses, the amount of money I invest is crazy, but it helps me accelerate growth. And just the smallest thing. So if you're just starting up or you're trying to start up, just the $20 investment of a book, a business book is great because it's like a mini coach. If you can't afford it yet, like it's a mini coach. They're telling you their mistakes. They're telling you the journey. They're telling you what they did. Maybe they're not telling you what not to do, but they're telling you what they did
Mhm.
in that business journey. So just a small investment of reading a book. Now, if you could see the number of books I have like on my bookshelf, um, and I'm always like referencing books, and people are like, how many do you read? I wish I would have done that at a younger age when I was first starting up.
Very good advice. I'm with you. Closet full of books that I need to clean up. But same thing. Good points about finding a consultant or a coach or anyone that could be there is a person in the corner with you, and not do it alone type of situation can be very helpful. So great points.
Well, I think that entrepreneurism is lonely. It's very
Mhm.
lonely unless you're in a peer group. And then you also don't know what advice is coming out of that peer group. Some
Mm.
of it's great, some of it's, you know, skewed towards their bias. But
Mhm.
when you have a coach or a consultant, it's that person that can listen to you. It's that almost like moderator, level-headed person that you need because maybe the world around you right now is chaos or imbalanced, and it's a great source of truth.
Wonderful advice. Wonderful advice. So, how do you stay adaptable and open to change in really a constantly evolving business landscape? Are there any kind of specific strategies that you use to remain innovative?
So the way I stay adaptable is I make sure that I'm always coming from a place of curiosity. So making sure that we're always open to learning, because you know how many times I've been places and other business owners are like, oh, I didn't learn anything. Well, if you
Mhm.
didn't learn anything, you weren't listening because there's always something to learn. So staying open to curiosity, always being curious, always being open-minded, always taking feedback, um, is one way I take that approach. And that's the way I stay innovative as well, because if we're curious, we're learning, we're listening, we're taking feedback. So that helps with curiosity. And then another thing I do is I try not to make decisions like right in the moment. I have a decision-making framework that I kind of take myself through. Because with owning a business, sometimes we can be emotional or stressed out. So having that sound person to, talk through things, having that framework helps. Um, but just making sure you're balanced um, when it comes to either that decision-making framework or staying innovative, staying curious. I think the second we lose our curiosity is the second we close our mind. And if you want to stay innovative, you have to have an open mind.
It's wonderful. Yeah, I love the continuous improvement ideas there. So, without telling us too much, but can you give us a little bit of a glimpse into your future plans and goals for your businesses?
Sure. I have another business that we're starting very soon, actually. Um,
Understand. Busy.
yeah, we're busy. I'm in the middle of writing a book. So there'll be a book coming out soon. As far as WootRecruit, our goal is to serve 750 customers that are $1 million and beyond. So to really impact $750 million and money being generated out there in the home service sector is a huge goal. With my home service company, I want to have 100 locations. Um, and right now we're going to have 5 open by the end of the year. So my goal is to have 100. I don't have a timeline. I need a time for that, but I want to have 100 corporate owned franchises. And, so my goals are big, but ultimately it's to really change and impact the lives of our customers and our employees. Because I got to go to work and I want to really love the place I work at
Mm.
because I got to go anyways. So I might as well have a good time. So we have the book. We just launched a new YouTube channel. Um, Me and my husband do this thing. So we do date mornings. So we're actually going to
Okay.
have a Saturday date morning and we're going to live stream into all of our platforms so we can engage with other entrepreneurs and their spouses or partners.
Mhm.
Because that's one thing. If you don't have a supportive partner in business, whether it's a partner that's the business partner or a spouse or significant others, you're going to have a really hard time in business. So we're launching that. So there's lots of fun stuff, but ultimately it's to grow. And my ultimate goal is to take Indeed down when it comes to the service-based industry. I want to go to, granted, I still help use Indeed. We integrate with Indeed, so don't show this to Indeed. But to take them down, because I own a service company, a home service company, and they are so hard to work with, and they are not customer focused nor applicant focused either when it comes to recruiting. And so my goal, my mission, so that's why I need 750 customers, so I have enough revenue to get this platform spun up to go up against Indeed.
Well, great aspirations and goals there. Look forward to your stream that you're going to have going with the Saturday mornings. That sounds very, very interesting, and I think having that support structure there is very, very important, as you mentioned. So, kind of in a little bit of a closing here, what advice would you offer an aspiring entrepreneur just starting on their journey?
So one is to believe in yourself, right? Invest in yourself. Even if you don't have the money, it's going to put the pressure on you to figure it out. It's amazing what we'll do when our back is up against the wall. We have to make ourselves uncomfortable, but also don't tie your self-worth to your metrics. Business is hard and we're going to fail and we're going to make mistakes. But don't tie your self-worth to those metrics. They're just metrics to learn from. So yeah, that's all I got.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Libby. I'm sure everyone's going to love hearing, your remarks and advice for, new entrepreneurs or anybody that's working and getting their businesses off the ground. To everyone watching, I look forward to our next episode, and we'll see you soon.